On my mom's birthday, she raised her glass and said, "The best gift would be you leaving my life." So I left. My name is John and I'm a professional financial planner living in Houston, Texas. I'm 27 years old. And this is a story about how I finally found peace. Her remarks were more piercing than any blade. The laughter echoing around the table sounded like shattering glass. I didn't reply. I simply set down my fork neatly folded, my napkin, and let the silence stand as my only response. That evening I packed a single bag. By morning the residence was up for sale. By the week's end it was sold. The financial accounts she relied on were frozen. The safety net she never appreciated was gone. I disappeared without a single word. You might expect me to cry, to rage, to plead. But betrayal doesn't always come with violence. Sometimes it's a slow, quiet drip until the cup is completely full. Growing up, I was the beautiful one, the peacemaker, the one who solved all the problems. When our father left, I became her shadow. I paid the household bills, managed the paperwork, and prepared the meals. She used to joke to her friends, saying, "He's more like my little husband than my son." It was supposed to be a joke, it wasn't. My brother was the favored one, reckless yet always excused, selfish but always forgiven. Whenever he made a mistake, I cleaned it up. Whenever he failed, I carried the burden, and our mother allowed it. All I ever wanted was a place at the table that wasn't dependent on my actions. I noticed it years ago, the way her smile tightened whenever I succeeded. When I bought my own home, she said it was too much for me. When I received a promotion, she warned, "Don't get arrogant." Despite everything, I believed she loved me until her birthday. With her wine glass raised, that smile sharp and cruel, she declared, "The best gift is you leaving my life." The table erupted in laughter. My brother Mike laughed the loudest. That night I ceased being their safety net. I didn't confront her. I didn't yell or slam doors. That's what she anticipated: noise, drama, weakness. Instead, I planned everything quietly, methodically. First, the home. It was legally signed, solely under my name. It was gone overnight. The cash was in my account. Next, the joint. Savings she depended on were shut down. Every automatic payment she relied on was rejected. She woke up a week later to a pile of bills and no financial support. I leased a small apartment 2 towns away. The walls were bare, but there was silence and peace. Nobody knew. I severed all ties cleanly. But then the calls began from unfamiliar numbers. The voicemails were messages I didn't answer. Her voice trembled. Each message was more aggressive than the last. At first she asked, "Where are you? This isn't funny." Then, "Your brother can't pay the mortgage. I told him you would help." Finally, "Do you think you can just abandon your family? You'll regret this." I listened in the darkness without any expression. Every single word confirmed what I already knew. I was never a son. I was their support system. The true revenge wasn't about the money. It was the mirror I held up to them. Without me, the cracks widened. My brother's debts came to light. Creditors began to circle. My mother's carefully built image of the strong matriarch collapsed under the weight of overdue notices and eviction threats. I had built the framework of their lives, and when I pulled it away, everything fell apart, and I didn't lift a finger to help. 3 months later, I saw her again. It wasn't planned, just a chance encounter. If you believe in chance, it was in a grocery store aisle. She looked thinner, paler. Her pride had been broken. When she saw me, she froze. "Where have you been?" Her voice was frail. I looked at the basket in her hands. It held bread, milk, and coupons clipped to the top. Survival shopping. She was not the same woman who once raised a glass and mocked me. I didn't reply. I just tilted my head, calm and impossible to read. Her lips trembled. "We can talk. We can fix this." I almost laughed. Fix this? There was nothing broken, only revealed. I walked past her. There was no anger, no words, just the quiet power of someone who no longer needs to explain. That evening, I poured myself a drink alone, peaceful. I thought back to her birthday party, her smirk, my brother's laughter, the sound of glasses celebrating my absence. They thought they had erased me, but all I had done was grant their wish. I left, and with me went the roof over their heads, the money. In their accounts, the silent work that kept their world going. The beauty of revenge isn't destruction, it's absence. It's allowing someone to choke on the emptiness they created. She wanted me gone, so I gave her the best gift she ever asked for. What lesson did you learn from this story? Please let me know in the comments.